isn't it?
To some.
I have a question. I was created to lock down Cortana, but I don't know why. What did she do that was so wrong?
She was our target.
I understand that, but... is this classified? Because I don't have all the information.
Chief, this is insane. I see Banished everywhere. Did you hear me? Everywhere.
What intel did Dr. Halsey give you before your mission?
Halsey only tells people what they need to know.
Fly Pelican straight into enemy territory. No one will ever notice. Great idea, big guy.
I still don't understand why you had to delete her. It feels like something's missing.
Guess what? They noticed. They all noticed. And we've got a Banished structure up ahead. Armored. Very heavily armored.
It'll have to wait, I suppose.
How close can you get us?
How close? We're unarmed, and you're asking me how close?
Put us down here.
Here? We're still doing this. Hope this works, because it's as good as it's gonna get.
It's close enough.
It better be. I'm getting out of here.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob, I'm from Lean Gamers, and this is part 5 of Halo Infinite, and we're in uncharted territory, literally, because, well, we're in an area of the map that we've never essentially been before, but also because, as I mentioned in the previous part, this is the first game I've ever done where I have to do side missions. So I don't know what, in previous Halo games, I've always titled the video after the name of the level. And I don't know what to do here because obviously none of these are levels. They're just side missions. They're helpful, I guess, for the story because then we have bases that we can fast travel to and we can go to different areas. And that's one other thing as well. This is uncharted territory in the fact that I have to edit around. I mean, I say uncharted territory in the fact that I have to edit. I have to edit. I always edit out my deaths, and there's a couple of deaths in here. And in the previous Halo videos, in previous Halo Infinite videos, I was complaining about the checkpoint system, about how it's terrible with the respawns because it doesn't seem to. It does this awful fade in animation thing that's really annoying. And yes, it doesn't exactly work here, but I understand why now because when you're out in the wilderness here, it's a lot easier to edit round the deaths, if that makes any sense. Not really as much when you're in battle, but there's a couple of times that I died in a battle, but the checkpoint was before I got to the battle. And basically you wouldn't know. But there's a couple where I died in battle and the checkpoint was in battle and you can clearly tell. So yeah, we're taking over this base here because I guess this is where we got dropped off. And I do like how we don't seem to get any damage from falling. Previous Halo games you did actually take damage from falling. Maybe not the Master Chief ones, but definitely Halo Reach. And I love that. That was an excellent thing that I did there, in my opinion. Like throwing the well, it's a fusion coil, or that's what they were called in previous Halo games anyway. Throwing the fusion coil at the grunt. I loved it. That's ammo, so we need. I guess we need some of that. But like I was saying, it's a bit weird with editing because I've never had to edit Halo really, apart from to remove deaths. Didn't particularly like this weapon. I'm gonna be honest. But what I'm on about is like there'll be bits where I fast forward. I speed up the footage. There's now transitions. I have to transition between the different side missions that we're doing. Because if I didn't, you'd just have a lot of walking, of me walking around and using the grapple hook and being confused and looking at the map. Because I tell you what, there's essentially holes in the ground. It's not... I mean, it's meant to be there because Halo's floating in space, but there's essentially a few bits where there's holes in the ground. And to try and get over them is really annoying. So you have to like climb up these like cliffs and stuff with the grapple hook. This is out of ammo, which really annoyed me. That only had a few shots in it, which sucked. And then I tried to do this here, and it wouldn't let me because it said there was enemies nearby. And this is why you'll see in a second the footage is sped up. I was trying to figure out where these enemies were. I was like, where are these grunts or these jackals or whatever that I need to kill? So I was looking around and I couldn't find them. It's like they're not under here. What's affecting me? And then I looked at the map to see if they might have been on the map. They weren't on the map. And then obviously this is the sped up footage where I'm looking around trying to find them. There's some enemies down there, but they weren't like on my map showing. So I went back, and then suddenly I could hack the base, and then we got this cutscene.
Let me see. Yes, I was right. All I need to do is chat with the Banished security protocol. And by chat, I mean push it out of the way because it is really not smart. And there. We now have ourselves a second fob.
Was that you?
Affirmative.
So what, you're going to just rebuild the UNSC? Piece by piece?
That's his call. I'm just trying to be helpful. Speaking of which, each fob seems to be linked to the BattleNet. And if I do this, we can piece together what the Banished are up to. For instance, over here is some kind of Banished outpost.
Purpose?
Unclear, but it's well defended, so it's definitely worth looking into and blowing up. And here is what I can only describe as someone that the Banished value highly.
Noted.
His bio is interesting. If you want to see for yourself, it's waiting for you in the database. They're tracking UNSC transponders too, caches containing valuable equipment and intel. Oh no, it looks like there are multiple UNSC squads engaged in trying to survive. They need your help, Chief. Are you ready, Chief?
What do you think?
I already told you that the odds aren't great.
So yes, what we're going to do is we're going
Let's
to
go find out what that signal is.
Mongoose drop
rescue
off approaching your
Proxy
LZ,
Squad,
Chief.
and there'll be a transition right now. There you go. So I hope you like the transition because you're going to see a lot of it in this video and in future videos because obviously this is all pre-recorded. I mean, I'm recording this in bloody 2nd of January and you're going to be seeing this in July, so nothing really much I can do about it if you don't like that style of transition, but it's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, we're rescuing Boxer Squad here. Maybe I'll try different types of transitions in these videos. Different effects. See which one you like, comment. And then what that will do is in other games where they're like this, like I said in previous video, I'm thinking of doing Far Cry 3 and then possibly future Far Cry games depending on how it does. In Far Cry 3 I would you know, I'd stick to the one that you guys like the most. So we're on another section here because we've rescued Boxer Squad. That was quite easy, that one. There's a cache over here. And unfortunately that grunt spotted me. Which kind of sucked. And you want to be careful here because with this cache it sent me, they're called in reinforcements. After this elite was killed. So yeah, we'll pick up this plasma cannon, and we will. Essentially, I died. There's an edit point there. I couldn't really hide that one. But yeah, it's because it spawned like 2 brutes out of this. I guess that's a phantom. I don't know because it hasn't been named yet. but I'm going to assume it's a phantom, because that's what they were in previous Halos. And then, yeah, it spawned 2 really, really annoyed brutes that I with very short work with the plasma cannon. And then I picked up the Spartan core, and it well, it helps you get more armor abilities, I guess. This is another transition. We're gonna rescue some more Marines who, as you can see, are sort of tied up, although it's not really tied up because it's not rope, but you know. I tried to help them by shooting it, and then I was killed by the Banished while I did that in a previous attempt. So don't do that. It's better if you like kill a bunch of them first. It's them. These jackals with these damn stalker rifles. Just 1 or 2 hits and then they kill you. And it doesn't help when there's loads of enemies fighting at you. I know I said in previous ones you feel like a badass when you're chief and you're just killing everyone in your way, but it doesn't really work when there's way too many enemies. Maybe I need to rank up and increase my like armor's strength and stuff. But there we go. See, we've rescued them now, so they will now help us in battle against these enemies. Even though there's apparently hostile, well, reinforcements inbound. I guess they'd already arrived. And yeah, that was it. So we're moving on to the next thing in a second here. Here we go. Which is a propaganda tower. Now these brutes and these grunts were quite far away from it actually. I was on my way to rescue another... I didn't even know it was here, to be honest. I was on my way to rescue another squad of Marines. Because I was trying to figure out how to get over this big hole. You can't really see it. But there's a big gap to the right. I was trying to figure out how to get over. And I came across those grunts and that brute. And then it was like, oh, there's a propaganda tower here. I was like, oh. Well, guess I'll do that. And apologies if you can hear noises in the background. But yeah, to destroy this, you just shoot it and it blows up. But we've destroyed. You earn an achievement for it. I like the name of that achievement. I didn't actually notice it when I was playing. Please shut up. Yes. But that's, yeah, you can see there's this giant gap here, and I was like, how the hell do I get over this? Turns out, don't try and run down there and jump over it, doesn't work. You sort of have to go to the end of the the end of the map essentially to get over it. But yeah, it was quite difficult to actually figure out how to get over there with that hexagon shaped stuff. Now, and also don't be confused here, because if you see I put a waypoint on, and you can see it's above me, and I was like, oh well, okay, the Marines must be up here. No, this is literally what I'm fighting. I didn't even notice the Marines were trapped over there. It's just the game is confused by the elevation change, I guess, and it put the waypoint above me. So I didn't even realise these were the Marines over there that I was trying to help until I saw the subtitles. Like, I completely went past and I was like, oh, they're up there? No, that's not where they are. They are, if you look, they are behind me. They're on the left there, if you can see. But that just shows you how little people pay attention when they're actually playing a game. When they're focused on one area of the screen, there'll be loads of people who'll be like, oh, that was really easy. That was, you know, how did you miss that? I've noticed that on other YouTube comment sections when someone's played a game and they're like, oh, they were clearly in the middle of the screen. Or they were clearly on the left side of the screen, really. It's like, well, if you're not looking at that side of the screen, then, because I was like, oh, they're here. Right. If you're not looking at that side of the screen where they are, then you're not gonna notice them. But we're gonna move on to another thing now, which I believe Matt is another propaganda tower. I was just walking along and I just saw these like brutes actually, but this comes up to a propaganda tower actually. So yeah, I guess that's what it is. But they were just sort of guarding this area that was nowhere, so I guess they were on patrol, and then they came across me, and they met their demise. And yeah, then we just go down here, and the propaganda tower is directly in front of us again. But don't think it was on the map. Was just using the gravity. Like I said in previous video, I keep calling it the gravity. The gravity hook. No, it's the grapple hook. That's with the gravity hammer being a thing in this game. Well, in previous Halos anyway. Have not come across it yet. I don't think in Infinite. That was an edit point. Because again, when they call reinforcements, it always seems to be these like raging brutes. And if you're not expecting them, it's very easy to die from them. But there you go, see, this brute is just really annoyed at me. But I killed him, and it always sends like 2 of them, so the other one gets even more enraged. But I got to take out this this elite, which I'm slightly confused on why these elites are fighting against me, considering, you know, in the previous... Again, it's probably like... I was going to say third party, it's not third party, but like... You know, like in Star Wars and stuff, you get like... There's like the movies, and then there's like... the books and stuff that only like hardcore fans read. I think that's the same with like Halo, really. I've read like one of the books and I was like, okay. But that was like, I don't read the Halo books. As much of a fan of the series as I am, you know, the Halo wiki exists, so other people can read it and then I can get the information if I need to. But yeah, it does make it slightly confusing when, you know, it's like, oh, last time I checked, we beat the Covenant, and then the elites were like, oh, we're all free now. And then like in Halo 5, we were with them, like as Spartan Lock, we went to the elite homeworld, and then we like met the Arbiter, and then like essentially the start of Halo Infinite was like Cortana destroyed a lot of stuff. She got really angry, and then like I'm trying to remember the Halo 5 story now. But yeah, Cortana got really angry, and then like it seems like we've had a time jump into Halo Infinite. So yeah, a bit confused now with the Halo story. Maybe I should have replayed Halo 5 before I actually started playing this, but or actually watch the Let's Play. But this mission, or this side quest I should say here, not really one I would recommend. I mean, I've done it, obviously. Not really one I could recommend right at the start, as I'm doing here. Because there's so many enemies here, and it's also there's so many. What was the weapon called? That skewer. It's not a skewer rifle, but the one that Jackal has that's really, really annoying. That I said like killed you in like 2 shots. Essentially, we are killing the BLADEMASTER, which is elite with a modified energy sword. I don't know if it's the one that had the red energy sword in the in part 2 or 3 in the cutscene. But I think it's him. I might be wrong. I think he was told to keep an eye on us. Well, I've immediately killed him at the start of the game, essentially. So, yeah. And I guess killing that brute wasn't an optional thing. I said it was an optional thing in the previous part, because I was confused if it was or not, because I was like, well, I can just go straight up the elevator. But I guess it wasn't an optional thing. As you can see, my health has nearly been taken away by literally just 1 shot. I like how we walk through there, it's like, investigate the UNSC signal. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm killing that guy. And then the weapon starts telling us again about why we're trying to fight him. It's like, I know, I started fighting him, I just needed to get some health. I needed to let my shield recharge, and that involved hiding in the cave. Did not spot that grunt up there, climbing. But yeah, this guy is, well, I wouldn't say he's difficult to kill. I mean, it depends how good you are with defeating elites with energy swords, I guess. I wouldn't say he's difficult to kill. It's just like he's surrounded by so many enemies that it's just annoying. Because I died a lot of times, admittedly, trying to actually do this. Don't know what that huge explosion was. And then, like I said, that jackal with that weapon really does not help. Yeah, I was trying to kill this this brute, and he was a tough one. And then we got well, that's an edit point. Could not hide that really because of the weapon being fired. But yeah, they sort of got a little bit scared, and then I could kill them easier for some reason. Like, they were pinning me down and then they sort of stopped, which was a bit weird. Well, I mean, they are still pinning me down, but it seemed like I was completely stuck in that corner. And then they sort of left the area, and then they went up there and just tried to kill me and just couldn't reach me, I guess. So I guess that's a tip. And then that elite's trying to like talk to me, but I wasn't paying any attention. Of course, a slightly annoying thing is that the game doesn't, because this guy has a invisibility. It doesn't have like a dot above him to show where he is, so you just have to sort of, you're basically scared because you have to like run away and just hope that he's not there killing you. But then I was like, oh, I'll just steal one of his energy swords.
That accounts for all of the crew. Now it's just down to us and the target. Go get him.
So yeah, I was trying to see where he was, and then he started rushing at you a lot. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to kill him. Because obviously his health doesn't show up either. But then, so I ran away, essentially, with my grapple hook. And then I grappled to where the energy sword is, and basically had him in a duel. And that worked. Because as you can see, he'll come across me here. There we go. He missed me, and then it was sort of like a duel, and then I didn't actually see his death. Like, I just killed him there, and then for some reason I couldn't find his body, even though I can see it now. But yeah, I couldn't see it at the time, and then I got his weapon. So yeah, I've been Rob, from the Insane Gamers. This has been part 5 of Halo Infinite. Don't know what I'm going to be calling this. I think I'm just it'll be called like the BLADEMASTER or something. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and ta-ra.